All right, and welcome in everybody. We're going to wait just a few seconds to make sure anyone that was registered to attend the session will be able to get in on time. Welcome anyone that's already joined at the top of the hour. We'll get started here so that way Megan has the entire time that we can possibly give her to give the information to you and answer questions you may have. So we'll just give it just a few seconds here. Let's just go back to the welcome slide, not the thank you slide. I promise the session isn't over. All right, we'll just go ahead and jump on in. This session is being recorded, so keep in mind that if you want to come back and view this for information that you may want to review or to look for contact information for the counselor or the presenters, you can do that. And then there's any other sessions that you are interested in that are happening throughout this month and next month will be available on oacac.org. So definitely be sure to check out all those recordings, and you can register for more live events that are to come as well on the same website. Just another housekeeping item for Q&A. There is no live chat feature. The panelists cannot see you. Your camera and your microphone are turned off. Only you can see the panelist, and she will be able to speak with you. So if you have a question, feel free to type that in the Q&A bar anytime throughout the presentation. The presenter will be able to answer that at her discretion. Or if you want to wait until there's a Q&A session announced at the end, then you can certainly wait to ask your question in the chat then as well. But it's a Q&A session, so type that in the Q&A box there. And with that, I will turn it over to our presenter. Stop sharing my screen and let her take over.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So welcome, everybody. My name is Megan Mummey. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for Pace University on our New York City campus. But today I do represent both campuses. So if you have either questions about either campus, feel free to send them my way throughout the presentation. And if you don't know that we have two campuses, I'll tell you more about that as I go along. So first and foremost, we are going to talk today about Pace University, if I can make my presentation work. The first thing I want to point out about Pace University is that we have something that we have developed for our students called the PACE Path. So the PACE Path is actually a customizable 4-year program that actually starts for you on your first day on campus. So for most students, this is going to be your first year orientation. At orientation, you will meet with your academic advisor and you will get your schedule for your first semester. And our academic advisors really do work to make sure that you are getting connected, getting involved outside of the classroom. And we do that by providing strong academics, careers and internships, and also giving you access to mentors and advisors throughout your time at Pace. We want to make sure that when you are going to school in New York, whether it's New York City or our Westchester campus, that you are taking full advantage so that when you graduate, you can go on and get your first of many successful jobs throughout your career. For the first part of the PACE Path, we do have the academics that I do want to touch on. So at Pace University, we have over 100 different undergraduate majors, and we have a variety of accelerated degrees and combined and graduate degrees as well. Within these programs, they are split between a couple different sub-schools that are all listed here on the screen. So at Pace, we have our College of Arts and Sciences, which includes our School of Performing Arts, which is definitely a popular area for us, all the way down to majors like psychology and environmental science. We have our College of Health Professions, which includes a nursing program. It's actually a 4-year RN program. And then we do also have health science as well. We have our Lubin School of Business. Our Lubin School of Business actually has an accreditation that only 2% of schools in the country have. It's an AACSB accreditation. And within our School of Business, we have literally every area that you could want. We have management, we have marketing, we have finance, really anything in business. We do have that here at Pace. There's our School of Education. This includes elementary education, adolescent education, early childhood education, all areas of education. And then we do also have our Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems, computer science, computer technology, information systems, information technology, all of those areas. When you submit an application to Pace University, you are able to select a specific program that you are interested in applying to, or you can apply as an undecided student. At Pace, if you are admitted into the university, you are admitted into all of the programs, with the exception of our performing arts program and our nursing program, because those just have a few other requirements. So if you're between, maybe you want psychology, maybe you want sociology, that's okay. You can apply with one of them, or you can apply undecided. And then from there, you can kind of figure out what area is the best fit for you. And you can declare your major a little bit later on during your PACE career. At Pace University, we have about 9,000 students between our two campuses, but it's not going to be one of those universities where you are just a small number in the crowd. At Pace, our average class size is about 20 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 16:1. So you will be able to make those connections with your professors. They'll know who you are, you'll know who they are, and you're not just going to be number 220 sitting off in the back of your English class, and your professor has no idea if you're attending class or turning in your assignments, anything like that. And then about 90% of our faculty do have the highest degree in their field. So you are learning from people who have doctorate degrees, master's degrees, depending on the area that they are teaching. And all of our classes are taught by faculty. So we do not use any teaching assistants or graduate assistants with our classes. At Pace, we do also have an honors college. Our Forzheimer's Honors College is the top 10% of each incoming class. And with the honors program this year, we are allowing students to apply test optional, which is not something that we have done in the past, but because of COVID and a lot of the SAT and ACT dates getting canceled, we are allowing students to apply to the honors college test optional. If you are admitted into the honors program, you will have access to early class registration, early housing registration, and there are specific honors events. You will also receive an annual guaranteed minimum scholarship of $15,000 and have access to separate research grants, study abroad grants, and all types of programming specifically for honors students. If you are interested in our honors college, I would encourage you to check out our website, because the program is a little bit different this year with the application process. Typically, we do just automatically consider students for admission into the honors program, but with that test optional piece, that might look a little bit different. So please, you can reach out to me, you can check out the website yourself if that's something that you're interested in doing, but it is going to look a little bit different this year for the honors college. With study abroad, at Pace University, we do really want our students to get a global education, and we do that by offering students the opportunity to go abroad. So there are 3 different ways that students can study abroad. We have short-term courses, we have long-term courses, and then there are students who also will go abroad for a full academic year. At Pace, we have an entire office of study abroad, and you are able to connect with them as early as your freshman year, whether you know you are going somewhere in particular, or you just kind of want to explore your options to see if that's something that you're interested in. You can definitely work with the study abroad office so they can kind of explain all of the different opportunities that are available to you. With the short-term study abroad options, what that means is that you would stay in New York for the semester and learn about a specific place. And then you would go there at the end of the semester. So either winter break or summer break or even spring break with your professor and your class. Also with studying abroad, we do have partnerships with about 36 different institutions around the world. So if you do choose to go to one of those partner institutions, your merit scholarship will apply, your financial aid will apply, and all of your classes will transfer back to Pace University. So if that's something that you're interested in, again, connect with the study abroad office. They are there for you to really explain all of your options. Okay. So I did touch on this a little bit earlier, and I do just want to say, if you do have any questions, feel free to add them in the Q&A as we go along, or you can save them until the end. It's totally up to you, whatever works for you. But at Pace University, we do have a bunch of combined degrees. There's about 36 of them. So a combined degree means that you will be getting your bachelor's degree and then that next level master's degree all while you're at Pace University. Before even leaving, you can just move right from one to the other and graduate and save yourself some time and some money. With your merit scholarship, which I will touch on a little bit later in this presentation, Merit scholarships are typically available for students for their bachelor's degree, and then if you graduate and you come back for your master's degree or your other graduate degree, you don't get nearly as much scholarship. But for Pace University, if you do decide a combined degree is what you're interested in, that merit scholarship will actually carry over into that 5th year. So that is definitely a huge way to save money and time if you're interested in any of our combined degree programs. Here on the right of the screen are just a few examples of the combined degrees that we offer. But again, there are 36 of them, so you can definitely feel free to review our website if you're interested in any of those. And just to add on to that, as a undergraduate student, you don't have to worry about these combined degrees when you're applying. So once you apply, once you're in the university, at that point you can work with your advisor. So if you know or you don't know right now if a combined degree is something you're interested in, no worries, you can always figure that part out later on. Okay. Moving on to the second part of the PACE path, and honestly, probably my favorite part, we have a super, super strong career and internship program at Pace University. So we are in New York, and we want to make sure that you are taking advantage of everything that you need to do to get that experience, to get that job. Last year, our 9,000 students actually completed over 8,000 different internships between our campuses. So some students will do multiple internships, maybe one in the fall, one in the spring, whatever that may be. Those options are there for you. And you can connect with career services as early as your freshman year to move forward with, getting ready for those internships. With career services, they will help you with every step of the way. Whether you have a resume or you don't, they will help you to edit that to make sure it is as professional and as up to date and as strong as possible. They'll also help you with your interview prep, including what to say and what to wear to your interviews. We do have a career fair on each of our campuses each semester. So that's a total of 4 career and internship fairs a year. And with that, our employers will come and do on-the-spot interviews. They do a lot of networking. So if you are a first semester freshman, not really sure if you're looking to intern yet, that's okay. You can still connect with career services and go to one of these internship fairs, and they will help you if that is something that you're interested in doing. I did just accidentally go out of full screen here, so I do apologize. Let me hop back in here. We do also have access to an online database called Handshake, if I didn't touch on that. So Handshake, once you work with career services to update your resume, you can post it to this website, and then you can also have access, or employers will have access to your resume, and they can contact you for internships if they think that you'd be a good fit. Here are just some of the companies that we work with for internships and jobs. You should recognize hopefully some, if not all, of these logos here, but working and attending a school in the city is a great way for you to get your name out there, get connected with some of these big companies, and it really does work out for our students in the long run. Over 90% of our students are employed within a year after graduation. Most of these students did connect with career services, so I highly, highly recommend connecting with them because they can only help you make your internship experience stronger, your resume stronger, to help set you up for the long run. Moving on to the campuses. So I have touched on a few times that we do have 2 campuses, so I'm just going to go over the difference between the 2 campuses. So our first campus and our largest campus is located in New York City. So Pace is in the financial district of New York City. So we are right downtown, right by the Brooklyn Bridge and City Hall. With our New York City campus, we are a very vertical campus. So very non-traditional, very vertical, and we do have a lot of space. It just goes up instead of out. Our entire campus in New York City actually is within a 5-block radius from our main building, which means that the campus is totally walkable. You can go from your class to your residence hall, back to class if you're living on campus, all without taking the subway system, and you can just kind of walk and have that campus feel, even though we are in a city school. Our New York City campus has 4 different residence halls, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years, but not required. Typically, my out-of-state students, like from Ohio, will live on campus for at least that first academic year, just to kind of get the lay of the land. And then a decent amount of students do stay on campus, but also students will move off campus, and you do have that flexibility, whatever you want to do. And housing will be there for you as long as you submit your deposit by the deadlines every single year. So even if you move off campus for a semester, you decide it's not for you, that following semester you can connect with housing to move back on campus if that's something that you're interested in. We did just go through, and here are the 4 residence halls that we do have. So for first year students, we have Maria's Tower, which is actually connected to our main building on campus. So that is a traditional residence hall, and it's connected to the main building. So you can literally just come right downstairs, cut across the courtyard, or if you want to stay inside, you can cut across on the first floor. And then at that point, you can take the elevators up and go right to your class. 182 Broadway is located a few blocks away from campus, but still within that 5-block radius. And that is more of a suite style residence hall. So it will be 2 double rooms or a double and a triple room with your own bathroom with you and your roommates. And then our upperclassmen residence halls are 55 John Street and 33 Beekman, which are both suite style residence halls as well. On the New York City campus, we did just go through a renovation that took us about 1.5 years to really renovate our student spaces to make them more accessible for students so that you really have a space of your own, whether you're looking to study or you're looking to connect or just like meet up with some of your friends after class. You could do that. And here are some pictures of our new campus spaces that we have on the New York City campus. Okay, so to move on to our Westchester campus. So our Westchester campus is located in Westchester, New York, which is about 45 minutes north of New York City. So Westchester is going to be a traditional college campus. So on the Westchester campus, we have about 2,600 students and a 200-acre campus. Up in Westchester, some of our programs are specific to one campus or another. One program that is specific to our New York City campus is our School of Performing Arts, whereas our Westchester campus is specifically where our nursing program is located. So if you are interested in our nursing program, the 4-year RN program, that will be located on our Westchester campus, and that will have to be your main base campus. With Westchester, we do have 6 residence halls, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. We do also have Division II athletics. So if you are interested in playing a varsity sport while in college, you should connect with the coaches, and you can do so by visiting our website. And these are the varsity sports that we do offer. What's great about our dual campus location is that we do have a shuttle that runs back and forth between the campuses a few times a day. So if you are a Pace Westchester student, but you still want to go into the city and take advantage of everything that the city has to offer, you are more than welcome to do that. You can go into the city whenever you want, whether you want to take a class or just to explore. You can do that by taking advantage of the free shuttle system. Another part of the PACE path that I would like to highlight is student life. So as I touched on way in the beginning of my presentation, with Pace University and the PACE path, we want to make sure you are getting a well-rounded college experience. And a part of that is the student life that you have to get involved in outside of your classes. So with these clubs and activities that we have, and there are over 150 of them, you can get involved as early as your freshman year in these different areas. So we have clubs that range from academic, we have honor societies, we have Greek life, if that's something that you're interested in, Community service is a big thing for our students. So if you are also interested in community service, we will definitely have ways for you to get involved. But there are so many ways for you to get involved, whether it's an area that you know about and you're already involved in, or an area that you don't know much about, but it's something that you're interested in learning more, you can definitely do that. And similar to career services, where they have a career and internship fair every semester, there is also a student life kind of fair each semester on each campus. So you will be able to get connected, get out there and learn about all of the clubs and activities that our PACE students are currently a part of. Also, something that is pretty exciting is that we have really worked to make our campus more sustainable. So that is something that if sustainability is important to you, that's great. We do have a solar tree on our Pleasantville campus. You can see our law school was highly ranked, and we are definitely working to make our campus more and more sustainable as the time goes on. Okay, so to touch quickly on the topic of financial aid. So at Pace University, we are a private university. So what that means is that the tuition will be the same, regardless of if you are an in-state student or an out-of-state student. So since you are all coming from Ohio, the university tuition will not be any higher sticker price because you're from out of state. To fund your education, there are a couple different ways that PACE will help you do so. First and foremost is your merit scholarship. So your merit scholarship is going to be based on your high school information, and your merit scholarship will be awarded to you at the same time that you receive your academic decision. Your merit scholarship is not tied to any need or any financial need. It is strictly tied to your performance in high school, and that is how that scholarship is awarded. Separate from that, there is need-based aid. So if you are looking for need-based aid, I do recommend that you look into submitting the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. If you are admitted into the university, our financial aid office will be able to download your FAFSA and create your financial aid package for you. And then when you receive that package, you'll be able to see if you did receive any need-based aid, whether that's additional scholarships, any grants, any need-based loans. And our financial aid package does a great job breaking down for you what is free money and then what is going to be more of a loan. And then, as always, and as almost any other institution would tell you, we do also accept scholarships from outside organizations. So I know right now is a really, really crazy time where you are working on submitting your applications and handling school and everything that there is to go along with your senior year. But now is also a great time to look into your community or look on the internet for outside scholarships that you can apply for to help bring down the cost of the overall cost of attendance at Pace University. As you can see on the screen, about 95% of our students do receive some type of need-based aid, and the average amount of aid that students receive is about $25,606. Also on our website, we do have two really helpful tools called the Net Price Calculator and a Merit Scholarship Estimator. So with that, if you are interested in previewing what your scholarship will look like as a Pace University student, you can go check that out. And if you want to kind of preview what that overall net cost would be, you're able to go onto our website and kind of type in some more information for the Net Price Calculator, and you can review that information as well. Okay, so with the application itself, we do have two different types of applications and a few different requirements that I'm going to walk through right now. So with the application, there is a specific Pace University application that is found on our website. We do also participate in the common application. So you're able to submit the Pace application or the common application. It does not matter to us. They are reviewed completely the same. So whatever you are more comfortable with, you can feel free to submit that. We will also need with your application, there is a $50 application fee unless you qualify for a fee waiver. We'll need your essay or a personal statement. If you are submitting your application through the common application, This can be just the common application essay. We don't require any specific Pace University essays for our general application. We do need 2 letters of recommendation. These letters of recommendation can come from anybody that knows you in a professional sense. So it can be a teacher, it can be a guidance counselor. If you are an athlete or you have a part-time job or you volunteer, anything like that, anybody that knows you in a professional sense can write these letters of recommendation for you. They can either submit them right with your common application and upload them through Naviance, or they can email our undergraduate admissions office and we can get those uploaded to your application as well. As I mentioned earlier, Pace University has moved to become a test optional university for all of our programs for fall 2021. So typically certain programs do require SATs or ACTs, but because of COVID and everything that's happening, we are allowing students to apply as test optional students for all of our different programs. And then we will also need your your official high school transcript submitted by your school directly to PACE in order to get that added to your application. I did see a question come in. What are out-of-state requirements for students applying to the nursing program? That's a great question. So students applying to our nursing program will need to submit all of these documents here. Again, with the SATs or ACTs, we are test optional, so you don't necessarily have to submit those if you are looking to apply to the university as a test optional student. One thing with our nursing program is you do have to have taken biology and chemistry while you're in high school, because that will be something that we are looking at when reviewing you for the nursing program. Some important deadlines to keep in mind for Pace University are all listed here on the screen. So at Pace, you can apply a couple different ways to the university. You can apply to the university as early decision student, early action 1, early action 2, or you can apply regular decision. Early decision is binding. So if you are committing to the university and you know PACE is the school you definitely want to go to, and you don't need to review the financial aid package before making that commitment, you can apply early decision. That application deadline is November 1st. And if you are admitted into the university, you will have to withdraw all applications from other universities. Early action is non-binding, so you can apply to Pace University and as many other schools as you want. You will get your decision early in the process, similar to what would happen with early decision. You get those results a little bit earlier than a regular decision applicant. But with early action, you're not committed. So if you want to apply early action 1, that deadline is November 15th. And then you'll get your decision back right after our early decision application decisions go out. Or you can apply early action 2, and that deadline is December 1st. And those decisions will go out right after our early decision and early action 1 decisions go out. For students that are interested in our nursing program, there is a hard deadline of February 15th. So that means that your application must be in our system by February 15th in order to be able to apply for our nursing program. That doesn't mean that your entire application has to be in by February 15th. So if you are just waiting on a letter of recommendation or your school counselor to send your transcript, that is okay. We're not going to penalize you because you are waiting on other people. But the application itself, whether you're submitting through Common Application or you're submitting through the PACE application, does have to be in the system. That is the same for our School of Performing Arts. So with the School of Performing Arts, there is a hard application deadline of December 15th. So again, academic application needs to be in the system by December 15th, or you will not be able to apply to any programs within our School of Performing Arts. With students interested in the School of Performing Arts, after you submit your academic application, there is an online pre-screen, and those documents do need to be submitted by January. And then after that, there is an audition. Typically those auditions are in-person auditions, but because of COVID, those auditions will be held virtually, but there is still that audition process that you will need to go through. So I do recommend, if you're interested in performing arts, please check out the Performing Arts website to make sure that you're aware of all of the requirements and all of the deadlines for that program. With our application process, we do have a holistic application review. So what that means is that you will submit all parts of your application, and we will review all of those parts of the application before making a decision on your application. So whatever your essay topic is about, just know that for Ohio, it's me specifically reviewing these applications, but I'm going to be reading your application, really trying to get a sense of you and who you are and what you have to say before reviewing and making that decision on your application. So it's really exciting that I get to present today to everybody from the state of Ohio. So if you are interested in Pace University, please feel free to reach out to me. So I'm going to open up now the room for questions. If there are any questions, please feel free to send them my way, and I can do my best to answer them. One thing I do want to just add before we wrap up, so I do want to make sure everybody here has access to my contact information. So again, I am the counselor for the entire state of Ohio. So for wherever you're from in Ohio, you are able to connect with me directly with any questions that you have about your next steps or the application, anything like that. So my name should be on the screen, but my name is Megan Mummey. My email address is mmummey@pace.edu, and I am happy to connect with you at any point with any questions that you do have.
All right, thank you, Megan, and thank you everyone for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link for a very quick 4-question survey provided by OACAC and StriveScan, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And just as a quick reminder that once again, this is one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at oacac.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording should you like to review the information presented or gather the content information again for your counselor, as well as other session recordings, again, at oacac.org. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys very soon.